With the upcoming release of 2.3, we have two new characters that introduce either a new playstyle or build off of a proven strategy for success. As we dive deeper into Firefly, we'll try to break down her value in the break meta with the introduction of Boothilll and Harmony Trailblazer last patch. Ruan Mei being the quintessential support for break teams leaves no question as to why she's also rerunning on this banner. Now, how good is Ruan Mei? Is she as valuable as people say she is? Short answer, without a question, yes. However, we're going to go into more detail in this video. In the second half of 2.3, we're getting our whipstress Jade, along with the Knight of Beauty. Her being a Year Edition follow-up character leaves a lot to be discussed on whether she's actually worth it for your account. Now, before we get into the video, hit that subscribe button and let's try to make it to 4K subs. First off, Firefly, a fire element break-focused destruction character. Her gimmick is that every 2 skills, you can enter an enhanced state that's gonna last for a duration. While powered up, she becomes extra fast, gains some Ruan Mei DNA, increasing her weakness break efficiency, ignores weakness types, and also deals more damage. Currently in the break meta, we have 2 notable units, Boothilll and Jade. Boothilll can deal significant amount of single target break damage while also having the ability to deal break damage on already broken enemies. While he gains lots of crit value and also does deal some normal damage, Jade is the inverse. She will deal the majority of her damage based off of her crit value while also being buffed significantly by the amount of break effect that she has. This poses certain issues in where building the correct substats on characters becomes very tough. Demanding crit, speed, and break effect on just one unit is far too costly. It's for that reason, even though Boothilll can be played with crit, I personally enjoy the pure, fast break effect build. Now, how does this relate to Firefly? The massive benefits of break teams as a whole is the ease of building relics while also having lots of defensive utility in consistently breaking enemies. Firefly will function identically. Her lack of desire for any crit stats make building her a purely break effect and speed game. Now, with the break effect and speed comes synergies. Which characters work the best with Firefly? Since break damage and super break damage isn't affected by the standard crit, attack, and damage buffs, it actually restricts our team options quite a bit. A large downside of Firefly is the complete lack of damage if the enemy is not broken. This means pairing her up with characters like Harmony Trailblazer and Ruan Mei is extremely beneficial to increase the damage output of our overall breaks. Buffs and debuffs such as Defense Shred, Respen, and Vulnerability will increase our damage substantially. This is where characters like Pela, Silverwolf, or even Gwenaifen come in. If we can't buff or debuff, we could also just give Firefly more turns using Bronya for action advance. When it comes to sustains, Gallagher can take great advantage of all of the break damage buffs to increase his own damage output, but characters such as Adventuring for shielding or even Huohuo for better teammate energy uptime is good as well. But should you pull Firefly? More testing will need to be done to identify all of her options. However, at the moment, she seems to be a very restrictive unit with not too much flexibility in her team options. If you already have Ruan Mei, you can pull the trigger to enjoy some mecha action. However, if you do not have Firefly or Ruan Mei and do want to pull on the next banner, the answer is as clear as day. Ruan Mei is the most flexible and universal support in the game. There are almost no team archetypes in which her kit is not fully taken advantage of. She provides speed, damage bonus, respen, and most notably, weakness break efficiency. This is besides the fact that she has a perfect technique at giving a free skill proc entering the battle, while also being able to deal massive damage if you're in the simulated universe. On top of this, she is also super skill point positive, leaving her with almost no downsides. Ruan Mei is also one of the absolute best units to invest vertically into. Her E1 giving 20% death shred during her ult is equivalent to that of the best DPS E1s, while you have access for it to the entire team. And now, you can put it in any team you want to buff any DPS you want. Her light cone giving 24% damage bonus and a free skill point every ult, while also giving 10 energy to the whole team per wave, make it one of the best light cones for zero cycling and fast clears. At the end of the day for Ruan Mei, so much can be said for why every single player should pick up this character if possible, but let's move on to the next character for 2.3. Jade is a Quantum Year Edition character with a very interesting kit. Her skill will speed up one of your units while also draining their HP and doing coordinated attacks with Jade when they attack. For every enemy she hits, or the buffed unit hits, she will gain 1 stack up to 8. Once these 8 stacks are hit, Just like Shui, she will unleash a massive whip follow-up. As a Year Edition character, she will obviously shine in Pure Fiction, but what about the real game modes? Her kit is based around duo DPS, so depending on the partner, you will be able to tackle MOC stages efficiently. Blade can work great due to his skill point efficiency in blast damage. Pairing Jade up with a single target damage dealer like Boothilll might also work well in place of faster stack generation. My favorite team to test out, regardless of its strength, will be Shui and Jade. In this duo mono-quantum team, both characters generate stacks off each other's attacks, and the results we will see in due time. As for the pull value of Jade, unfortunately, as much as I anticipate her release, she will have little impact to the overall strength of your account unless you really want to dominate Pure Fiction and have an aversion to building Herta or Himiko. Her strength in Apocalyptic Shadow and MOC will largely depend on her DPS partner, in which a hypercarry setup for that unit will probably perform similarly, if not better. The final 5-star for this banner review, Argenti, the Knight of Beauty, an absolute killer when it comes to AoE and has great single target damage when buffing his enhanced ultimate properly. Team comps like Sparkle and Bronya can work wonders for his energy gain and ult damage when snapshotting both characters' buffs. However, as a Year Edition character, his damage outside his ult is extremely low when attacking single targets, making erasing enemies in 1 to 2 ults mandatory for reasonable speed clears. At low relic investment or in trace investment, his damage can be very underwhelming, so going all in on Argenti is very recommended if you do want to pull him and build. Another aspect of Argenti that is quite fun is his nuking potential. His massive multipliers from his enhanced ult can be a lot of fun to play, since we can all admit large numbers are very nice to look at. However, his pull value is quite low due to the strength of Herta and Himiko, both 4 stars and standard characters dominating in Pure Fiction and other characters having the edge in boss fights. Regardless, if built to nuke, Argenti can wipe the floor with even the strongest bosses. It's just a question of how much you enjoy his playstyle and willingness to reset for those huge sustainless nukes. Now let's take a step back and analyze the 4-star characters on the banner. We've got Gallagher, Misha, Shui. These 4 stars are probably the best 4 stars that I've seen on a banner in quite a long time. Gallagher being a great sustaining option similar to Luocha, but a 4-star version whose damage output is surprisingly strong and sometimes is actually the best option for the 4th character. Now Misha, a single target nuke, very similar to Argenti, however the ice version, and has some amazing sustaining capabilities with his freezing in his ult. Shui. Oh my god, I don't know what to say about Shui except she is the best 4-star in the game, hands down. With the free Shuis that we've been able to get over the selectors over time and this banner now, if you guys do get E6 Shui, I recommend looking out for my channel. Tons of Shui content, and we're going to be going super in-depth into this character. Now, unfortunately for this second phase, it is nowhere near as good as the first one. If the first one was rated a 9 out of 10, this one would be rated approximately a 2. Serval is not good. She does have potential and sometimes can actually outdamage Jing Yuan in certain circumstances. However, as a 4-star, we're looking for debuffers, buffers, sustains if we need them, and special DPSs that have special places in the meta like Shui or Misha. Serval is not necessarily that character. She does work very well in Pure Fiction, however, so if you guys do want to go that route, she does work there. Natasha, a waste of a character to be honest, at 2.3, so many Lynxes, so many sustains, so many Gallaghers, there is no need for Natasha whatsoever. Asta. She is a great character. You guys pull Asta, I do recommend building her 100%. At E4, that is when she starts to shine. Now that's all we had for these 2.3 banners. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios.